is KeKe, your fluffy and fine friend from 107.5 WGCI and Kiss FM, The Fred Show. And y'all know I have my favorite in the room. I am obsessed. Judge Mathis.
Thank you. How are you?
Goodness. How are you, Judge? You are a busy man, okay?
I hope y'all know how fine she is. Y'all will be obsessed too.
You heard it straight from the judge. Now, you are absolutely one of my favorites, and people laugh at me, but I used to ditch college classes to watch Judge Mathis, okay? You taught me the game for over 20 years. So
that's right, and see where you got.
Look,
that's right.
Look, here it is. Here it is, but I know you got a lot going on. Judge, the people's judge, like you are judge. We feel like that. You know, an activist, an actor now, reality show star, Miss Linda husband, the granddaddy. You know, you got a lot of jobs.
Yep, and not quite acting. However, you know, when I serve as a judge or serving the role of a judge, I'm just being myself.
Oh, I know
and
that.
And that's what we're doing here coming up in our next project that we're going to talk about. So, not an actor, y'all, but I can be animated and don't show up if you're smoking.
Well, okay, so the play,
and I'm not talking about cigarettes.
We know.
Go ahead.
You'll call him out, child. You'll call him a crackhead in a minute. But your stage play, Don't Judge Me.
Yes.
Are you acting in the stage play?
Yes, I am.
That's what I was talking about.
Yes, I'm starring in it as Judge Mathis himself. It's a biographical play that involves immersive technology, dancing, film, lighting, everything you'd like to see in a big production, and along with the judge on steroids. In other words, what you see on Judge Mathis' show in Mathis Court, multiply that by 10, and you say the judge is going to be off the hinges.
I don't know if we can handle it, but I'm excited for it. And I know it's coming to the theater in Park Forest.
Yes, for Theater 47 in Park Forest. And this is limited engagement starting here in Chicago. We were going to return for a big wide opening at Erie Crown later in late spring or early fall.
Okay.
We're working on the date now. But what it showcases is my journey from jail to judge, quite simply. And that's why we refer to it as Don't Judge Me. Don't judge my past. And quite frankly, don't judge me currently, because I'm not flawless now. And y'all know when you see me up there, you say, oh, the judge is, he can lose his temper a little bit.
You give it to us every time.
But and it chronicles my life in a way that is an inspiration to other folks. And that's why I'm doing it. As you said, my life gave you a little inspiration. And that's what I've heard most over my time in television from both single mothers, which was like my mother raising 4 boys in the toughest housing projects in Detroit, or whether it's the troubled youth or the street kid himself or the street guy who looking for a way out. They get a little inspiration from me. So that's why we're doing this.
And I love that you're doing it in the theater. You're starting there. And then that community is special to my heart because I went to high school in Park Forest. So, that theater is very special to me. And I know that there's a lot of youth in that community that can benefit from you telling your story. But you've shared your story throughout your career, and it's inspired so many. What do you want people to take away from this stage play?
Well, I want them to take away that regardless of the circumstances you're growing up in, poverty, crime, drugs, guns, you can always fight your way out of it. And then, unfortunately, once you fight your way out of the streets, you have to fight your way in to the system or to the institutions where the opportunities lie for us and where the money is. Put it that way. Let's just make it real plain. Fight your way out of the street with the street money. Then you got to fight your way in to the system, the real money. And so and that is chronicled because my law license was held up for 3 years after I passed the bar exam. And I had to get it from the state Supreme Court of Michigan because they held my past against me even though it had been expunged and they weren't supposed to. So I didn't give up, though. And it was a 3-year process. And a lot of us would have ran back to the streets. A lot of my guys encouraged me, you better come on back and get down.
Get this money.
But I stayed strong. And then coming out of the streets, well, much of it had to do with immediate epiphany, if you will, when my mom was dying and came to ask me to change my life while I was in jail. But I also like to emphasize, all you guys and ladies, think of your mom. Be loyal to her. One of the things on the street that is so prevalent of a mindset is loyalty. Well, be loyal to your mother.
Right.
Because your mother is being hurt. Your mother is being, you're putting her health at risk. Stress causes heart attacks. Stress causes stroke. Stress causes cancer. I truly believe I contributed to my mother's early premature death at age 49. And that's what she came to tell me when she visited me in jail. Turn your life around, because I've just been told by the doctor I have less than a year to live. Oh. So if that doesn't change you, nothing else will. So I appeal to the brothers and sisters. Think of your parents,
right,
your mother in particular. I love my mama. Oh, I love mama. Well, show her a sign. Show her a sign that you love her. Get the stress up off of her.
And I just think about your journey, and like you just explained, where it started. And now to look up today, you have a beautiful family. You're just received your Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame. Your television show syndicated, doing amazing things. Like, what's one of the biggest lessons you would say from your journey that you could share with people?
Confidence.
Yes.
First, find something that you're good at. We're all good at something. Right. Now, don't try to go out there and be a nuclear physicist if you ain't good at math and science. That's not for you.
Stay in your lane.
Yes. But find that talent. As for me, I wanted to be an engineer when I first got in college. Hadn't finished the 11th grade. Didn't know science, physics, none of that. So I quickly failed in that area my first semester. So I had to find where my skills were, and they were in communication, reading comprehension, all the things that make for a good lawyer. Okay. So when I went in that direction, I succeeded. And so that builds your confidence. Once you incremental success. Helps build your confidence. And so even though you may not have been trained as a kid to have a high level of self-esteem, build your own self-esteem. And you can build it one notch at a time. I tell people, my success came every year or two. And that's where my confidence came from. What do you mean? Well, I felt very successful when I passed the GED. Celebrated. Felt successful when I was admitted to Eastern Michigan under affirmative action program. Celebrated. Felt successful when I saw I could make it through after my second year. Celebrated. When I finished, celebrated. Admitted to law school, celebration. Passing, completing law school, celebrations. Each of those levels, I thought more and more of myself. To the fact now, my head is too big to fit in this room, as you saw when I was trying to come in here. Y'all had to have construction workers push me through.
That's all right. You earned it, okay? We always gonna make room for the judge. Now, they make fun of me around here because I'm serious. I watch all of your shows on YouTube is where I go now. And I've been to the live taping of the show. I snuck and did that in college one time. I was supposed to be in class. But anyway, now I'm obsessed. So they call me the judge around here.
All right.
Okay, we actually put a segment on my morning show, the Fred Show. It's called Kiki Court. Okay, now people write in and they send me their scenarios and I give them my unfiltered opinion, just like the judge would do. So I'm gonna read one to you, Judge, and I just wanted you get your take on this story, okay?
All right.
All right. It says, KeKe, my name is Ashley. My grandmother died last year and left me all of her belongings. Because I'm only 26 and still in school, I gave a lot of her furniture that I couldn't use to my aunt because I figured she'd be better to take care of it until I settled and purchased a home after college. Well, I found out from my cousin that my aunt actually sold the furniture to an online antique shop, and she got a lot of money for it. So I confronted her, and because I feel like that money is technically mine. Am I wrong for how I feel?
Well, the operative word was gift.
Oh, okay.
And once a gift is completed, that means the property transferred. It's you can't take it back.
Dang.
If it's an incomplete gift, in other words, a promise of a future gift, then you can refuse it.
Okay.
You can say, "No, I'm not giving you that, Auntie." However, if you said, "Here, Auntie, you have this," the gift is complete, so you can't take it back after that. But if grandma used it for other than, or auntie used it for a purpose other than you intended when you gave her the gift, then that could be construed as misrepresentation, or we call that in the law conversion. I gave it to you for one use, you converted it to another use, because had I known you was going to do something different, I wouldn't have given it to you. So that's the basis of a conversion claim. You use it for, I gave it to you for you to go and buy them babies diapers, and you went and bought crack. So I don't know, I don't care if it was a gift or not. You use my money for crack when you were supposed to be buying milk for them babies.
The auntie is a crackhead, but she don't have to give you the money. There it is. I mean, I am so honored to have this conversation with you. And I just want you to know, Judge, you popping. You've been popping my whole life. Okay.
I love it. Thank you.
So, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. And we are so thankful for everything that you do for the Black community, for sure. Before I let you go, though, I just got to know, how you feel about all these other fake judge shows that just pop up out of nowhere?
Well, I'm flattered.
Okay.
Yeah, it's satire.
Okay.
And I guess I am a little twisted. I have been twisted all along about the other professional so-called judge shows, because they use the word judge and many of them have never been judges.
Okay.
Lawyers can serve as arbitrators. That's what we are. We're arbitrators, legal arbitrators, just on the bench.
Okay.
And many retired judges become arbitrators. And some lawyers are arbitrators as well. But they've taken that title judge, and it's hard to get that.
Yes.
I had to get 80,000 votes in Detroit to become a judge.
Yes.
So just because you've been a lawyer and you practice a certain type of law, don't call yourself judge such and such. Call yourself attorney arbitrator. But I'm about to get in trouble with some of my colleagues who are not judges. So let me get away from that. But the comedian types, Steve and I think Miss Pat or something, that's all satire.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun. That's nothing serious.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that about you. And then I want to say congratulations to Greg Jr. I know he just got engaged. The last time I interviewed you, it was you and him together. So congratulations to him. And then I see your other son now serving as your bailiff.
Yep, absolutely.
How has that been?
Well, it's been great. One of the great honors. You know, when we moved the show to L.A., where we've lived for some years now, I've been back and forth for several months at a time. That's right. This is my second city, no doubt about it. And so he's been living out there. So when we moved the show there, he came to work with me just the first day, just to be by my side. You know, he's like, Dad, you want me to go with you? And he had no intentions of working with me or anything. So he gets there, and the producers say, wow, he looks exactly like you. Do you want to be the bailiff? I say, son, if you get some training, you can. So he went and became a deputy reserve sheriff in Detroit County, where we live, our other home. And now he is a deputized sheriff who serves as a bailiff in his dad's courtroom. So once again, ain't nothing fake about that either.
It is.
I told you, you got to get the training. Don't come on here talking about you no bailiff and you ain't got no law enforcement training. So that's how we came together, and I'm loving it.
Oh, my God. We love to watch it. I cannot wait to see this play. I will be there. It
thank
opens
you.
Friday.
Yes.
Friday this week in Park Forest at Theater 47. Don't Judge Me is the title. And y'all make sure y'all go follow the judge on social media, too. There
You can always catch me.
Yes, go
doing
follow.
something.
Yeah, y'all be outside. You and Miss Linda, y'all be living life. Y'all be on yachts. I just love to see it.
But this weekend, I was doing the work. I was right here in Chicago with Mayor Johnson, Brandon Johnson, going around churches, trying to mobilize the folks to press the federal government to give some money to address this crisis that we're dealing with.
Yes.
He demanded... Mayor Brandon Johnson demanded $5 billion from the federal government last week in Washington, D.C. when he went. And so I'm supporting that campaign so that we can address this crisis, make more resources available to inner city folks, and then do as much as we can as humane citizens for others.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why we can't let you stop working.
That's right.
We can't let you stop working, Judge. So thank you so much for stopping by the show.
Thank you.
And I am honored to have you here.
Look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Absolutely.
All right.